A lot of investors use the subject to investment strategy, purchasing homes subject to their existing financing. I'd like to explain this process and give you an overview on exactly what it is. This investment strategy is called subject to because that's exactly what it is. You're purchasing a property subject to the existing financing. So as an example, if I were purchasing a property and the seller owed $80,000 on the house and I was paying $100,000, the transaction would follow the normal course of affairs. We'd put the property under contract, the deposit would go into escrow, we'd order title insurance and so on and so forth. However, when we got to the closing, instead of paying off the existing mortgage on the house, what would happen is I would get title insurance with an exception or an exemption of that mortgage, and I would take over payments. Now, the mortgage has to stay in the prior owner's name, but the deed and the ownership of the property transfers. This is a good way to limit the amount of money that has to be, you got to come up with out of pocket to purchase investment properties, rental properties, or even fix and flips. However, there are a lot of tricky points or stumbling blocks that a lot of investors encounter. The first of, and probably the biggest one of those, is most mortgages have a non-assumability clause in them, which says that if the title is transferred, the mortgage has to be paid off. It's something that you could get that clause is called a due on sale clause. That clause, you may get a phone call from the mortgage company, or the prior owner may get a call from the mortgage company or a demand letter saying, look, you got to pay this thing off. So it's something to keep in mind. However, the subject to, it's a nice option for many people. A lot of investors use this when they don't have the funds up front, or a traditional evaluation of the property on an all-cash purchase just doesn't make sense. So I hope this helps when you're evaluating a deal for your subject to properties, and I wish you the best of luck.